What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Nightwing issue number 134. This one is written by Dan Waters with artwork by V. Ken Marion, and this is Cirque du Sin Part 5, the game. So it's been the Nightwing Zanny storyline. This horror storyline has been going on for quite a while now, really since Dan Waters took over. He was kind of laying the foundation of it with his villain, the Zanny, who was in the fifth dimension at the end of the last issue. Basically, Martian Manhunter used kind of his mind abilities to open up kind of a rift so Nightwing can make his way into the fifth dimension to face off against the Zanny, to save Blüdhaven and to save the children who have been kidnapped in. Then, of course, while he was there, he ran into Olivia Pierce and her decapitated head while she's kind of like, which, you know, we're in the fifth dimension. Reality's just kind of thrown out the window. You can just kind of do whatever you want with the powers and all that. And I was questioning, how in the hell is Nightwing supposed to face off against a fifth dimensional imp? Like, what is he supposed to do, just punch it? Well, he does kind of find a solution, and it is an interesting one, and it was actually set up previously beforehand. It was not what I necessarily expected to see. So yeah, Martian Manhunter's there. He feels the presence of it. So the fifth dimension's affecting this reality. He's there. Nightwing Prime is there. Barbara Gordon confronts him about the whole situation. Like, where did you send my partner? Off in there. So Nightwing's there. He goes to the circus tent, confronts the Zanny, and the Zanny wants him to play a game, and it's basically these tin cans represent Blüdhaven. So if they affect this affects the city of Blüdhaven. So, for instance, he throws a ball at them, and he knocks over some buildings in the process. So it's kind of a crazy, like, game, almost of like Battleship in a way, where you push you hit my battleship, kind of like this. These represent parts of the map or whatever. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking that example, Batman Forever and all that too. So I don't know. Like, basically, what he does here affects the Prime Earth dimension. So wild stuff. Buildings just happen to collapse. Martian Manhunter senses it, and so Babs puts her Batgirl suit on to try and stop this, whatever's going on this side of it. So it's kind of weird. It just spontaneously will just tip over because of the way the fifth dimension affects things. So yeah, so he's kind of forced into this game against the Zanny, and his solution is kind of a creative one because he doesn't want to throw and harm anybody in the process. The Zanny gives him an offer where it's like, okay, if you knock down more cans than me, I'll let you win. But Nightwing is like, if I do this, I'm killing people, and I'm not going to be doing that. And his solution is to throw the ball right at the Zanny, but it's actually infused with bits of like Nightmites, and it's the basically the chicken noodle soup sort of thing that they had beforehand that kind of brought reality back in its own kind of weird, crazy way. So it affects the Zanny, allowing Nightwing to go in there and just beat the living hell out of him, which is fun, and that's entertaining. But however, Olivia Pierce is not having any of this. So the Spheric Industries, she takes her own head and throws it as a weapon, and that thing right there that represents the T, that's Titan's Tower. So Titan's Tower goes up in shambles, and we're left wondering if Nightwing Prime is dead or not. So yeah, that's basically, I mean, he's been basically in a coma like the last several issues at this point. If he went out that way, that'd be kind of sad and depressing, but who knows what will happen. Also, DC times AXAAW, which is a weird crossover. I don't know, I'm just kind of looking at this whole thing and just thinking, we're in a weird state in terms of comic books. Like, they cross over anybody, but yeah, Moxley and Batman, that's just a bizarre thing. But hey, I guess I'll check it out when it comes out. But overall, I thought this issue was decent. Looks like we got DC KO, Kids Are Alright, coming out soon. I'll have to check that one out. But yeah, like, it's continuing the storyline. They found a way to kind of make sense in this crazy upside down world of how Nightwing can fight the Zanny. But now you got the whole Olivia Pierce thing in Nightwing Prime. I feel like we got to be wrapping up the Zanny storyline soon, and then we can get back to the more grounded, gritty stuff with Nightwing. But, you know, whenever Dan Waters takes over anything, he has to kind of incorporate the bizarre, weird stuff, and that's where we kind of, like, it started out kind of grounded, but then it went into the fantastical elements. But I think after this, we got to go back into a more grounded storyline for Nightwing, the street level things. So I'm looking forward to that. But overall consensus, I thought this issue was decent. Artwork's pretty solid throughout. There's nothing that really like stands out compared to some of the other stuff. For example, when she ripped her face off a few issues ago, that was a pretty crazy thing. But here's like, okay, it's just kind of a game between Nightwing and the Zanny. He finds a smart solution out of it, which that was kind of good how he worked his way around that. It is interesting how the Zanny uses these cans or whatever to represent the city and just kind of implode them like that. It's almost kind of similar. It's almost like those voodoo dolls in a way, but the cans are like the voodoo dolls where you can kind of control them, do whatever you want with it, with this whole thing. But yeah, the Zanny's a weird character, but again, it's the circus god, spirit of it, all of it, and all this other wild, wacky shenanigans. So, like I said, overall, pretty decent issue. Not the best in this run, but, you know, it got the job done, I suppose. But anyways, what did you all think of the issue? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit that bell for notifications, all the other fun stuff. I will be back again with more videos probably tomorrow. I haven't gotten around to reading the other comic books that released this week, so I'm going to go ahead and give those a read, and then hopefully get those videos all out by tomorrow. So look forward to all that stuff. All right, well, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.